His 20mm cannon. And here you come. Here come our two F-16s. Back from the left side, there they are on the echelon pass, and you can see the missiles on the ferry tanks also as they come through. This is where they light their burners and head for the sky. The first officer is Major Dick Reed, and watch him. It's going that fast, does it? But that's because it's so... with the airplane all dirtied up. Now, if you're a pilot, you know when you're flying the airplane slow, you really have to manage the power pretty well. And that's what he's doing. He's going to do a low turn here. And he's only carrying about 25 degrees of bank. And look at him, with everything hanging out. Isn't that pretty? Turn. That's about the angle of bank that you'd fly in an airliner. Unload folks and then get back to where they came from. But some are going to, I guess it's Toronto and Sarnia, and where else are we going? Yeah, this is, we got a Canadian regional here, ATR 42, that's arriving from Toronto. Kind of fun to come to this air show and see the Phantom, and we're going to find the meaning of the word loud. For his next pass. Watch as they approach, lift the nose, and roll into knife edge flight. You know, to just imagine this thing this heavy without having the neat things on it that the more modern airplanes have. Also noticed that had a tail hook extended from it, and that's not unusual. Many modern fighters have tail hooks. In the event of a wet runway, the pilots can extend the tail hook and snag a restaurant. Two aileron rolls coming through center point. 500 knots, and they're looking for, is that a 90-degree pitch up? Is he really going to do that? No, he's going to try it or at midfield, or he may delay it until he gets all the way up here. Here he goes. So this is a Yahoo. What a fine day I'm having. Just tuck over here. We have an Air Ontario flight that we're going to be a fun airplane to watch. Flown by the way, Jeff Ethell, who is an internationally known aviation writer and has probably forgotten more about all these. Give me some music, will you? We got our P-51 flying. Okay. It's funny because they land the Dash 8s and the ATRs, and I never even see them here. They're way up at the other end of the airport, down at the other end of the airport, 300 miles an hour. Of course, you also realize that this airplane is here as part of the celebration of the 50th anniversary of the end of World War II. Could not identify which countries the United States fought against in World War II. Many historians have over the Orion. The interior was reconfigured to allow for 3 observer stations, a crew rest area, a galley, and a dining area. The tactical compartment after the flight crew holds a 6-man team, including a tactical navigator, return home with reserves. 350 knots as he just made. The 415 squadron flying the airplane here today currently has 2 aircraft and crews deployed to Sigonella, Italy in support of UN operations in the Adriatic. Long-range patrol fleet includes 18 CP-140. You'll be able to look into the bomb bay as they initiate the second turn. Are opened up, and you'll be able to look right up into the bomb bay. The Aurora is capable of speeds up to 405 knots and ranges over 4,000 nautical miles. It can fly at an altitude of 35,000 feet and has a maximum takeoff weight of almost 140,000 pounds. For operational missions, the Aurora carries a crew of at least 10. This is first pass, and he's going to make several. Take pictures, okay? Hey, how you doing? Ninth Fighter Wing is based at Holloman Air Force Base, New Mexico, with a detachment at Langley Air Force Base, Virginia. They've flown the F-17 opportunity to do so much as blink. Over with devastating results. Take pictures of that thing. It looks like a toy, doesn't it? F-17, it is not necessary for the Air Force to launch an armada of aircraft to complete a mission. For example, a standard mission of 32 non-stealth aircraft. That looks like a thing from War of the Worlds, doesn't it? Okay, we got to get the smoke oil guys, the smoke oil people, to get over to the Snowbirds. They need more smoke oil in their airplanes. So the people with the smoke oil, if you would kindly get to the Snowbirds airplanes, they got to be re-smoked. So if you get right over there, the SO guys are looking for you and they can't find you. The smoke oil truck, please get over to the Snowbirds. They got to be re-smoked. Hot ramp where the P-51 is, but in a span of 137 feet wings forward, or 78 feet wings fully swept. B-1s are stationed at Grand Forks Air Force Base, North Dakota, Ellsworth Air Force Base, South Dakota, McConnell Air Force Base, Kansas, and this airplane this weekend from Dyess Air Force Base in Texas. Proposals were submitted to bring the concept to reality. The concept was first flown in the mid-1970s as the B-1. Bubbling off the wings, that's creating the vapor in the pull. That's anything that creates lift. With this much moisture in the air, you're actually squeezing that moisture out of the air. It's always fun to watch a high-performance fighter, like we're going to be flying the Tornado out here in a few minutes. The nose of the air, the side of the nose of the airplane, they are angled down, but that's what helps to eliminate the some of the should get yourselves over to the black flag located between the runway and the taxiway. That's St. John's Ambulance Tent. That's the medical center, and that's also the Found People Center. So parents, get yourselves over there if you're missing your kids or if you need some place to meet your friends. The black flag you see flying atop that post is at the St. John's Ambulance Tent, and that's where to go. That's the that's also, I think they're also functioning as the Lost and Found as a man get it back together with its owner. There's our B-1 bomber, our B-1 bomber flown by the pilots today, Captain Cameron Humphreys from Sheridan, Wyoming, Captain Phil Weilhauer from East Windsor, Connecticut, the Offensive Systems Officer, Captain John Erickson from Del Rapids, South Dakota. Watching the Discovery Channel, isn't it? After that short takeoff, they're going to roll this airplane right into a maximum performance turn. And what they're doing is a maximum performance or minimum radius turn, just holding it like that. And as they roll it out, what they do is they fly a series of figure-8 patterns. I'm familiar with the way they fly their program. And as they come back across center point to show you roll control, they give you a beautiful slow roll right out here in front of us. They have swept the wings. I'm impressed, guys. See, actually, there's a, as they come over in front of us. That thing makes it awful. We can pull it out. There you go. All the way back to 25 degrees all the way forward. Let's watch. You can actually see it happen. The reason they pull the airplane over onto its back is to not... And this is a short field approach and landing. When you put it on, now listen, you'll hear the reversers. And you see the spoilers. Celebrating the 5th HB4, this is the first time it has flown at an international air show. Right here at London, we beat Paris by a week. That is about the weirdest looking plane. It looks like a boomerang. I gotta tell you, don't go away. I gotta tell you that, no, now don't do that, you goat. Today is General John Bomber here this weekend, and today is it. Boy, that is some beastly looking airplane. By the way, I just discovered, I didn't realize this. This thing is flown by a crew of 2. 2. I thought they had a lot more people than that. I thought they had like 4, 5, or 6 people. 2. That's it. Something like a billion or so of copy. They're only going to build 20 of these, but apparently, if you got to have something to get in so nobody can see it and hit you and get out when nobody can see it, this is what they're going to use. This is supposed to be the ultimate in stealth strategic bomber technology. Look at that. There it goes. How's that?
Snowbirds are taxiing out now. It's volunteers to taxi again our major sponsors here for the weekend show here at the London International Air Show. AM 1410 radio, the Los Classic Rock FM 103, 97.5 FM, the official radio station for the event. Imperial Oil, Ethell, the official refueler of the show. Titus, the official good taste of the event. Labatt, the official beer of the show. Dixie, the official telephone communications of the event. Smart Talk Network, the official long-distance communications of the show. And Nora Beverages, the official bottled water of the event. That is a bad shape. Finally. The programs are still available. $4 from the Air Cadets, and they'd be very happy to sell them to you. They're working like the devil here, trying to generate a few bucks for the air show.
dedicate this maneuver to the organizers, sponsors, and volunteers of this weekend's air show. With all 9 aircraft separated, watch to the left and...
Hello, all. Now.
Direct your attention at show center as the solos appear to roll through each other. the center is Snowbird 1. To his right is Snowbird 2, Captain Mario Hamel, and Snowbird 6, Captain Ian Searle. To Leeds left is Snowbird 3, Captain Greg Carlo, and Snowbird 7, Captain Dave Deere. They have now passed again in line of rest for bottom side full-away. Into card 6 and then will change to Delta prior to exiting stage right. Will now roll upside down and lead the mirror pass.
Okay, roll now.
Snowbirds are...
Folks who missed it today, and if you'd like to come back tomorrow, we'd like very much to see you. The Snowbirds are going to be taxiing in for a couple of more minutes, And once they are back into position and the airplanes are shut down, the planes are secured, the Snowbirds out for a bit and look at the transports of the fighters, the attack aircraft, the surveillance aircraft. They want to see something big. Look at that E-2 and just think of that landing on the carrier deck at night with airplanes parked 10 feet from either wingtip. Woo! But go over and look at some of the airplanes that the folks here have spent so much hard time getting to come here to the air show. So here's your chance, take some pictures, ask some questions. Same thing for any of the planes that are here. Remember that tomorrow morning before, I think it's noon, they leave the ramp open, so you'll be able to walk out and get a much closer look at the A-10, the two F-4 Phantoms we have out here, the Canada. I'm going to start calling them tornadoes. German narrator I worked with one time called them tornado. I think I do that too, but tornadoes, you'll be able to get out very close to them. Same thing with the B-1. And all of the aircraft that are out here will be flying for you. The C-51, two of them parked right out there. You'll be able to get up much closer to them tomorrow. Come early. Bring your friends, fly, go to air shows, that's easy enough. Open that up, you find the message board, and find one that says review. And leave a review of this air show there. Very happy if you do that. Tell us what you like, what you didn't like, what you'd like to see more of, what you never see. You don't care, you never see again. Leave us that information. The only way we can make the shows better. On behalf of everyone who's flown here, the many military acts that have flown, the multinational acts that have flown, and the civilians who have flown here for you today, we want to thank you very much for your time, your patience, and we hope you enjoyed yourself today. We hope that you will indeed come back tomorrow. If not tomorrow, come back next year. My name is Frank Kingston Smith, along with my wife, Linda Zavara, with the bad book here. And she's been sort of limping around with me today and doing very well. And Tom Walsh, of course, who... Special announcement here, which I'm not going to find at any given moment. We'll find it. Stand by one. Let me take it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be flying a little bit later today the CH-113A Labrador from the 424 Squadron, Search and Rescue Squadron, and it is Corporal Wally Marshall. A happy birthday, and when it comes time to fly, we will remind you of that again. He is in the lab that's down there on the right side. Well, you may not be able to see it behind the B-1, but that's where it is. Corporal Wally Marshall. And begin to climb away, cleaning the airplane up as he climbs. a 7. A-10A Thunderbolt II. The A-10 is one of the few aircraft in history designed specifically as an anti-armor weapon. In a radical departure from the fast and best philosophy which had prevailed in the Air Force since World War II, the modern Thunderbird, you will see that they are flying the Thunderbolts in support of the NATO troops in the Gumbar 2 A-10s. Cannon fires a model, each weighing over 1.5 pounds. The Avenger is a band. You watch these Thunderbolts, we're going to be flying a P-47 for you in just a little while. They're going home, and I think they let you know that everybody was watching them, so give them a great big word. Because of the additional requirements of the Aurora allow for 3 observation stations, a crew rest area, a galley, and a dining area. The tactical solid voice magnetic anomaly detection. Again, that is right up to red line speed. The 140 Aurora is from the 415 Squadron, the 415 Squadron, is Ed Slawinski from Winnipeg, who's the pilot. Major information about our fine sponsors, and without them, there isn't a show. So we thank you very, very much. And the official souvenir, the new structural mode condition system with its canard-type vanes in the nose reduces structural fatigue by limiting lengthwise bending forces on this very sleek fuselage. Although the B-1B has intercontinental range, it may be in-flight refueled by KC-135 and KC-10 tankers. The B-1B is built by Rockwell International and bound to thrust. With a crew of 4, aircraft commander, pilot, offensive systems officer, and defensive systems officer, when lightly loaded, the B-1B can take off in 2,500 feet. With automatic terrain following, this bomber can fly at speeds in excess of 700 miles an hour at 200 feet above the ground in day or night in any kind of weather. It's 146 feet long, 34 feet high, with a span of 137 feet, wings forward, or 78 feet fully swept. Let's watch as our B-1B from Dyess Air Force Base in Texas begins its takeoff roll. He's still honking. Oh, mercy. He's got to slow down a little bit, but that's a pretty profile. flip forward, the fuel's all reconfigured, and they're going to have the plane slowed down. I don't see rollers hanging out just yet, so this is in the lower speed regime as he makes a pass overhead. That helps with the aerodynamic braking. Let's just watch as he touches down out here. No, he's waving to you. Yeah, he's waving to you. Okay, get the wing down a little bit. Wing down a little bit. Okay, hold the rudder in. There you go. Yaha! See all the spoilers that pop up here to kill the lift and help the Phantoms? Man, only at the London International Airshow do we get this mix of airplanes. I love it. Got another picture here looking past the Panavia. Well, what I can see of the Dash 8 landing, I'd rate that as about a non-easy strategic transport. That's kind of fun to watch them wheeling that big airplane around, and they'll be coming by here and making a series of passes down there. The Tomcat you see out there in front of you right now was designed in 1969 as an air superiority fighter, intended to complement and eventually replace the Navy's roster of F-4 Phantoms. The Tomcat joined the fleet in 1972. While the Phantom relied on brute strength to perform its job, the Tomcat uses its 42,000 pounds of thrust for superior maneuverability and speeds near 1,600 miles an hour. Yet it can land at a very comfortable 130. While the F-14A is unquestionably one of the finest warplanes in the world to be a Rio, the pilot flies the plane, the Rio sort of runs it, and watches it. Watch as he lifts the nose and forms a slow. Wings are swept forward once again. onto its back so that the weapons systems operator can acquire the target. He actually takes command of the airplane and says exactly where it's supposed to be pointed. There's that pull coming down at 45 degrees. The airplane will be rolled right side up. The release of the ordnance is automatically calculated, and once that ordnance is released, the airplane pulls up and away to avoid ground fire. Look how high he's flying the nose of that. Down to the center point, you like submarine. There the wings are folded back. And watch as the wings unfold. And put that right on the numbers. And you can see the bucket down.
That's impressive.
Captain Mike Rotz is the pilot. First Lieutenant Ole Stoltman is the weapons systems officer from the 1st Squadron, 33rd Fighter Bomber Wing from Ethell in Germany. Big pictures, the very swordfish sitting out there. Doing an air show over there this afternoon, just the other side of Detroit. If you're not taking pictures, give him a big wave as he goes by.